Howdy Hon, welcome back to the channel. This is Stephsgotit, and today we've got a whipping chat of our Paint by Numbers by Victoria's Moon. It's been a while. I think I missed the last couple of Paint by Numbers, so I'm very excited to get back to it today because I'm excited to see this finished. So this is a painting that I've been reviewing for them, and I can't wait to finish it. It's a mermaid. The picture is probably, no, it is. The picture is in the introduction. If you zoomed through the introduction, you might want to back up just a little bit and you get the full picture and you get to see what this beauty looks like. All right, so let's get started. All right. I am not going to wet my paintbrush. What was I thinking? This is not water painting. But my brush is all crazy. I cleaned it last time, but oh, it's all crazy today. So along with this paint by number, they gave you the canvas. They gave you 3 paintbrushes and 2 containers of paint, and then a smaller version of this, like a small poster size drawing of this with the numbers, I guess, so that you can use that to help follow along as well. And if you remember, I had that pineapple 3D pineapple drill tray for my diamond painting drills. Didn't work, so now it is a resting tray for the paintbrushes for the paint by numbers. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's start with this area right here, number 16. So I go to my paint pots, and I look for number 16, and there it is right there. So we're gonna pop it out. Comes out very easily, and you see it has 2 notches. 2 notches right there on the side. So you press up on one and down on the other, and bam, it pops the container open. And then you get to see all the yummy gooiness of the paint. So I'm going to start with the paint in the lid because I hate to waste. And maybe I should have wet my brush a little, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. This paint goes down really smoothly, as you can see how smooth that goes down. And I like to do it so that it makes a little texture, because I like textured paintings. So I kind of build on it. Hopefully that won't cause me to run out of paint quicker. But yeah, it goes on really easy. I should have wet my brush first. That's what happens when you spend so long, so much time in between each whipping chat. You forget what's most effective. But it's doing okay, even despite the dry brush. Look at that, it's going down beautifully. It's very thick and very creamy and luscious. I'm very happy with this. I haven't done a paint by, now I will tell you, see how I just went outside the line right there? I will tell you that once it hits the canvas, it is down. It is not coming back up. You can't wipe it up. You can't smear it up. By the time you reach down to your cleaning cloth to pick it up to clean it, it's already dry. So it dries very quickly. I love that about it, but it does make it hard when you make a mistake. But it's okay. I'm just going to paint over it with the next color, or it'll just stay there. I don't care if it stays there. That's my own personal, it's like quilting. There are no mistakes. It's just your own personal touch. How are you guys doing with this quarantine? Self-quarantining, or maybe your area has put you in quarantine. How are you guys holding up? Let's see, where can we find another number 16 so I don't. Oh, let me turn the fan off because I don't know if it will dry out my paints faster, so hold on a second. There we go. And you probably can hear me better too. All right, now let's see. We have a 16 down here. but that's taking us out of frame and I don't feel like fooling with the frame. So let's just rinse our brush and go on to another color. I should have picked a different color, but anyway, we have been holding up here in our home. Not going stir crazy as of yet. Let's wipe that off some. And you can see I just have a bottle of water and just shaking my brush in there to clean it off, because this is what I had the very first time that I started, and I just never changed to a bowl or anything. I just said I'll keep this. Now granted, it's clean water today. I did dump the water out today and get some clean water. So you can see our brush is kind of losing its original shape. See how it's kind of got a U, a lopsided U going on instead of a straight line across. Again, it's been a minute, so I don't remember if it came that way. Let's see, let's go with number 15, because for 15 we can do all in, see, look at there, it's dry. All in here, here, and yes, so number 15, which isn't far from number 16 in color, but it'll get us some big spaces done, and maybe if we do some big spaces, we'll feel like we really got a lot done today. I don't intend for this to be a long whipping chat because unlike our diamond painting whipping chats, we can get a lot more done in a few minutes than we can with our diamond paintings. So I'm going to start right here, and oh, this is a boring color. Yeah, I might put this one back and pick a color that you can actually see pretty clearly and see some work actually being done. Oh, well, now that I look back at the monitor, you can see it pretty well, so I guess I'll just keep trucking. So you can see I'm way over the line right there, and like I said, it's too late, it's already dry, but that's okay. I will look at the little miniature copy that they sent and see how that's supposed to curve, and then I will curve it. All right, so I have to say, guys, I'm loving this webcam. I didn't know if I would love it, but I am loving it. I get it set, it auto focuses when it needs to, and it's a very pretty picture. Now what I also have been doing is I've changed locations. I'm in the living room now instead of in my sewing room on my cutting table, and I have a stand-up desk in here that I've been using. And I could hear my husband, I think he's waking up. I have a stand-up table in here that I use that I can fold up and push away. But so far I've just been leaving it up. And it's been working pretty good. I've done unboxings here. I do my diamond paintings here now. And today I'm doing the painting here. So I think this is going to work. And my husband doesn't care that I talk while he works. So it's working out pretty darn good. What changes has this quarantine forced you to make, guys? Man, it didn't force me to do this. This was already in the works anyway. But I know a lot of us have to make some adjustments with this COVID-19 quarantine, whether it's self-imposed or requested. In Alabama, we don't have an order for it, but they are asking us to please stay home, please do it. They just started a curfew, so we have a curfew now. Man, it seems like a movie. Seems like you see these kind of things happen in a movie, and now they're our reality for the moment. But anyway, let's not talk about COVID-19. There's lots of talk about that. We come here to find our happy place. So I hope you have a WIP that you are working on, whether it's diamond painting or paint by numbers or sewing or even crocheting. I've been sewing some masks, so that's been pretty cool. Um, and if you've been following the channel, we've been getting fruit and veggies from the Misfit Market. So that's been cool because I've been looking for fun recipes to share about what we did with what we found, with what we ordered, or what was in the box that we ordered. So I spent today looking up some recipes for one of the items in the second box that we don't particularly love, but I told you guys that I would give you some recipes for stuff that we get in the box. So we are doing that and having a good time. The last one was parsnip and apple soup, and it was very yummy. The second day around, it was even better than the first day. And I tell you all the modifications or the substitutes that I use because, again, we're kind of on lockdown, so we're not really going out shopping unless it's for the essentials. Now, if we go shopping, before we do a recipe, then that's fine. But this particular recipe, we had not hit the store in advance of that, and we weren't going to run out unnecessarily during this time to buy the ingredients when we had some ingredients that could be substituted, and it worked out really well. So if you get a second, go check that out and tell us what you think, and if you tried the recipe. I put the recipe in the description box along with what our substitutions were based on what we had already in our pantry. Hello, Marty. And we are going to, I'm already looking for the recipes for the next box that we received yesterday, as a matter of fact. And we unboxed it yesterday, and it'll post Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, because I don't have anything set for Tuesday. It's not one of my normal post days, but nothing is normal right now. I kind of want to do a diamond painting unboxing because it's been a minute since I've done one of the biggies and I want to get to it. So I may post that Tuesday so I can do an unboxing Wednesday. I don't want to post two on one day. I could, but, well, I guess I could, couldn't I? Wow, what number is this? Oh, that doesn't say. There's a 16 right there we could have worked on earlier, but I don't know what this is. All right, so I'll have to refer to the other little guide to figure out what that is. Oh, I'm out of screen. Sorry, guys. I'm working on this bottom part of number 15. Give me just a second. Almost got it. I know what, I'm probably going to have to buy a brush because this one is driving me insane right now. Even if it's just a little dollar store cheap brush, which is what this is amounting to. By the way it's behaving. I had to pull a hair out of it before we started because I remember that hair was driving me crazy the last whipping chat. And almost there. I'm right down here. Again, the paint is responding beautifully. in spite of the Wicked brush. Again, I am very happy with these paints. They're so smooth and creamy and yummy. Not that I've eaten them, but you know what I mean. Yummy has many definitions these days. Especially since some young man put out some type of song about it. I don't know, I haven't listened to it. I got the feeling it's not something I want to hear. There we go. And we're gonna use the tip, kind of make sure we get all the spaces between the two colors. And now we're going to go around here and finish this area here. Let's see, I'm just dipping in the pot now. I've used all of it that was in the lid. And I'm going to use that little annoying point that's created itself and get into that little corner right there. Come around. And voila. I'm going to tap it in my brush just to flatten it out some, in my paint lid to flatten it out some, and then dip it in there so I can get my corners nice and juicy. And then let's see, you can still see, yep. I'm going to come here. I'm going to come on the side and come up that side. There we go. All right, and I'm gonna get that little tip right there and come down. I'm gonna go right up to that previous other color. I'm just gonna butt right up to it. Make a smooth line, sharp line actually. There we go. I'm a painter. And finish here. Besides that's been the highlight, interesting parts of the day is getting our misfit boxes and doing those videos and trying to get some videos done ahead of time, even though I don't like doing it that way because I like to be able to say current things. There. And that is number 15. There we go. Now I'm going to rinse this off because my brush is a little stiff, and it's probably because I have the fan on and the air is a little tight. Let me see if I can get that little corner right there with that little paint that's left on there. Nope, it's too dry. Okay. So we're going to swivel it in our water. I'm wiping on our spare fabric down here. Swivel it again. And wipe again. Make sure we get all that paint, that color out. Ooh. And I think one more time because it's still not wiping clear. I probably let it get too dry, so it's taking a little extra to clean it. One more time. And wipe. There we go. It's much cleaner. Cap that because I'm bound to knock it over. And a little squeeze on our brush. Kind of flatten out the bristles. Take my finger and flatten them back out. Make sure there's no paint in there. And voila. And you can see that shape has even changed a little more from last time. So this is definitely not the best paint, the best brush. Now I'm going to pull number 16 back No, because that's out of screen, so we're not going to worry about that. Let's go with number 9. Let's see what that is. And I do appreciate that they put the line under the 9 so that you know it's different. That's still, let's pick an exciting color. Come on, guys, give me something exciting. Well, I guess we'll just go with the 9. It's a bit darker than the 15. Okay, so this is the first time I've used this one. All right, so we've got 9 here, 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 and here, and here. So we've got lots of, and here in the face. So we've got lots of opportunities to use this one today. Here we go, we're gonna dip in there. And let's start with this tiny one here. Okay, it's a little darker than the 16. It's not even the same color, but a little darker than 15. It's kind of like a pukey baby poop green. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Nice. And this little circle here. Because this dries so quickly, if I go outside the line, I don't even worry about trying to fix it because I know it's already dry. So we got that one. And we got this itty bitty right here. There we go. And now let's get this big space here. If you're watching this, are you thinking about getting a paint by numbers from Victoria's Moon? Or do you already have one and you're working on it as you watch or listen to this? Or you're just are you just curious and you're just watching just to see how it works, what it looks like? Let me know down in the comments. Are you enjoying the WIP and chat? Or would you just rather see the beginning and the end of the painting? Man, it's hot without that fan. Whew. With this quarantine thing, it's not really a lot to talk about because we're not going anywhere, not doing anything. Well, we're doing things, but we're not going anywhere. Let's see. I had a questionnaire for the other chat. To give you some stuff to talk about because I think I've run out of things to talk about and nothing's happening, so I don't have any new things to talk about. We did an interesting thing for date night last week, because we can't go out. We actually cooked something from the Misfit video where you saw the recipe. That was actually date night. We did that for date night. So my husband was with me on that video, and we shared that recipe with you. He was the sous chef of the day. And this date night, I think we're going to sew some masks together, or something. Is that the plan, Marty?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to sew some masks. I made us and a friend, or Shelley, and her dad one, and now we have a couple other people who asked for some. And so we'll spend date night trying to get those made, and he'll help, and hopefully I will be patient and not a jerk. trying to help him to help me. And it's something that we could do together because there's a little else we can do together. We're used to going out and doing something fun or catching a movie and dinner or catching a play and dinner or some type of activity followed by dinner or even just dinner sometimes out and about. Ooh, that was really messed up. I gotta get a better brush. This brush is killing me. That would be my suggestion, Victoria's Moon, is do something about this brush. It is interfering with the cleanliness, the clean lines in the painting. I don't know if you could try a different company or yeah, it's driving me insane. But yeah. So if you have a date night every week, what are some things that you are doing in this? Oh, can I have a ginger ale lemonade, please? And that's a soda top he's popping, just in case you're wondering. So what are some cool things you are doing on date night while we're in this COVID-19 stage? And I don't know where my red cozy went that quick, but the green cozy is over there. If you could pull that V8 juice out of it. And I think the paints in the top are a little are drying out. So I'm going to move over to here. Trying to use that crazy point that is built into the brush by itself. It wasn't part of the brush. Here, let's just wipe this off. See if we can start anew. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's see. Let's dip in here and see if we can get around that little number 6. I don't know why I'm holding my breath and stop talking, but to get around this little space, I can't talk. I gotta hold my breath and try to move this crazy brush in that little space. You should see me. My mouth is open and everything. I feel like an artist. There. Woo! Okay. Like some holes right there. Yes. Whew. I gotta have a drink after that. Is this the bold?
No.
Or is it the lemonade? It's a lemonade?
Lemonade.
So Canada Dry Ginger Ale Lemonade. Oh, it's so good. They now also have, they came out months ago with the Orangeade and the Lemonade. And then recently they've come out with the Bold. Oh man, if you like ginger, it's really good. It's strong ginger, but it's really good if you like ginger. I am loving it. But I only found when we were in the store right before our stay-at-home stuff hit, they only had one. So if they'd have had more, I would have racked up on them. But it's probably good they didn't, because I don't need to get back. Oh, this is kind of dried out a little. We're going to work with what we have. We have 2 of these, so hopefully between the 2 containers I'll be able to get done when I need to. But yeah, this is, I mean, ooh, ugh. Let's put that over there. And let's try to move this around and dip down in there and see if we can get something a little creamier. All right. Let's see. What are you binge watching on Netflix during this time? I know a lot of people are binge watching in between homeschooling and home fixing up their home, doing things that they I can't think of the word for the life of me. But fixing up things around the house, cleaning and whatever else. Okay, I'm going to move on to another color because, no, I need another brush is what I need. This brush is crazy. Let's rinse it off. Maybe I need to rinse it more often in between. So the canvas is a nice thick canvas. It's not flimsy. Everything's a joy except this brush, the big brush. The little brushes so far have still been pleasant enough to deal with, but the bristles are changing every time you paint it. So it was flat, now it's frayed, and it's not behaving properly, and it's causing me to paint outside the lines. So I'm going to try. I did not finish doing that section. I hope that's number 14 because I don't know what else it would be. So I'm going to try rinsing it more often and see if that will help it behave more appropriately. All right, so let's go back in here. Let's see if we can find some nice, that's good and soft. So we've got number 9 in here. And I would love to put some background music in here, but I don't want to get flagged. And I don't want the boring instrumental. I want music I know and can move to. So I can really mess the painting up trying to paint and dance. Okay, that's moving it. This paint is really dry. This is the first one that's been kind of dry like this. The rest have been pretty moist. This one's not so yummy. But we'll work with what we've got for now. No, we're not. We're going to put that away because it's causing too much anxiety. We're just going to move on to another color. This one, this paintbrush, I think I'm only going to use on these big splotches, these big areas. It is no longer suitable to use on the small areas or medium size where there's little, look at there, it didn't even get all the little spaces in there. So it's leaving white boxes, little white circles within the painting. That we cannot have. All right, so let's pick a really big area. Number 11. So here's paint pot 11. It's a nice blue. It's a brighter shade of blue than the blues I already have down. Now it's creamy and yummy. It's also big open space, so we're just gonna slather that on. Yes. That's about all this brush is good for, is areas like this. Yeah. Let's see, yes, you can see. If I get my big hand out of the way, huh? Just give me a second to get these straight lines down the sides. And this one I'm going to come up. There we go. And up. Up. We went outside the line again. And that one wasn't my fault. This stupid brush keeps moving. Its bristles in the wrong places. Alright, there we go. I need to try ease. Ugh. I'm getting clogged up after I turn the fan on. Isn't that interesting? Yep, I know. I'm weird. Get used to it. It'll grow on you. Like I can't really, my sharp edges aren't coming out nice and sharp because of this brush. So for all my sharpness and points, I'm going to have to go get the little brush or create one. Like right there, I just created one that wasn't there because the brush painted over the other one. And it could be the way I'm holding it for all I know. But right now, it's the brush's fault and not mine. This blue is really pretty though. It's as pretty as that one. As a matter of fact, it looks like the same blue once it's on the canvas. So, and who knows, it could be. I don't remember what that color was. I'll have to look back on the sheet in order to know. But as you can see, you can't just swipe over it, the canvas one time and get a full paint. You've got to go over it a couple of times. So that shows you how thick the canvas is. Nice and yummy. Not nice and yummy, but nice and thick. Get in there. There we go. So we want to get really in there. And I don't intend for these whipping chats to be as long as my other whipping chats, which is why I'm not stressed about having anything to talk about. This is really to show you the painting and show you how everything works. And like I said earlier, we get a lot more done in 30 minutes of this than we would in 30 minutes of a whipping chat. You really need of a diamond painting whipping chat. You kind of really need an hour to get something done. But this, we've got a lot done in just a few minutes we've been here. So probably after this, I will bid you a good night. And this arm hurts. So we're going to switch hands. And go over here. Because this is a big space, so I don't need to be as precise so I can use the other hand. If you watch my whipping chats, you know I diamond paint with both hands. A lot to do with so you have an angle to always see what I'm doing. In this case today, it's because my arm is tired. I think I didn't lower my desk enough. But there we go. Let me take this opportunity to thank you for stopping by. Thanks for watching this video. If paint by numbers is not something that, not a craft or art, whatever you want to call it, that a hobby that you participate in, then really thank you for watching. And maybe it's something you'll want to give a shot. I quite enjoy it. And I'm going to do a little more after I stop this recording before I do some work stuff. Not work, but work for me stuff. And actually I need to do some stuff for my calling in church. We're getting ready for our general conference, which is worldwide. And there's something I wanted to send out to my sisters. So I'll work on that, and hopefully I'll get a little unrecorded diamond painting time on Sea Buddies, because if you've seen Shelley's lately, she's got a lot done and I don't. So we kind of want to finish. We kind of want to finish at the same time because excuse me, because this is a collaboration, and so we need to finish somewhat at the same time or roundabout. So, oh well, no. First, I gotta do my Korean studies. So if you don't know or new to the channel, I am studying Korean, and I have slacked off terribly. My husband and I have slacked off terribly in the last couple of weeks. So I think he's actually restarted though. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to restart in a few minutes. And yeah. And he's going to learn enough to read it, and then he's going to move over to Spanish. This is where I want to know I want to be fluent in it. And once I become fluent in speaking, reading, and writing Korean, I will flip over to Spanish to at least be able to get by with a little bit, where he will be fluent in Spanish, and I'll be fluent in Korean, and then we'll both dabble in the other ones, and then I'll also be somewhat fluent, hopefully, in ASL. Then hopefully we're done with languages. We don't know. We go to serve a mission for our church, they might throw us somewhere with a whole different language. So that'll be interesting if it happens that way. I'll be like, really? But you never know. You go where the Lord needs you. Of course, right now, you ain't going nowhere. But hopefully we'll get this COVID situation taken care of. If we all wash our hands and stay home and do what we're told to help slow this thing down so it can make its way through and be gone. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I'll clean the brush. Let me get all the gooey off first. I don't want to waste anything. Now we'll clean our brush. And oh my gosh, that says we've been talking for 43 minutes. Well, so much for a quick video. I guess this is like a regular WIP and chat, except I didn't have anything interesting to say. I spent more time trying to describe the painting and what was happening. So I'm sure Victoria's Moon will appreciate that I talked about the painting and how it was performing. So it's not a bad thing. I didn't have a bunch of stuff to talk about. But with that being said, thank you again for watching the channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like this video, there's again another hair coming out. Feel free to give it a thumbs down. You do what speaks to you, babe. And with that being said, I am going to ask you, first of all, I'm going to ask you to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, so that you can be subscribed to this channel. And while you're at it, click that little notification bell so that you can be notified anytime that I upload a video to this channel. And now, and again, thanks for watching. Whether you're a subscriber or just a watcher, I appreciate you. And I appreciate your comments and your support. Now, with all that being said, all the housekeeping stuff being said, I hope you guys have a good night. You're planning as great a weekend as you can if you're quarantined to the house like most of the world. Get out, take a walk. Ooh, Marty, we haven't taken a walk in a while. One of our midnight walks. So get out, take a walk. Try and enjoy the world as best you can. Be thankful for the blessings that you have. And have a great night. And remember, hon, if you are having a good day, help someone else have a good day. It's the small and simple things in life that makes life worth living. Love and shimmies, babe.